Welcome to Supershea Tutorials. I'm Danny Shea, back with another weapons tutorial video. Today we are covering my top 3 nunchuck tricks. So if you want to improve your skills, learn some sick tricks, put together some high power forms, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It'll help me out a lot. Stay tuned at the end of the video. I'm going to do all my shout outs then. So to kick things off, number 1, we have the double continuous wrist rolls. And the way this works is it's exactly the same as a continuous wrist roll. It's just on both hands, alternating from one side to the other. So the main things you need to know are how to do your wrist rolls. So you start with the chuck turn to the side, roll it over the top, turn your hand down, grab the other end. Now from here, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take the chuck, swing it over to the side. I give it this little arcing motion so that it gets in position to continue its path and roll it over the back of the hand. And then I do the same thing on the other side. So to do your alternating, one is out front, one is behind you doing the opposite roll. So that is number 1, the alternating continuous wrist rolls. Number 2 is the Rhodanda Toss. So this is one that I just recently started doing. It comes off of our Rhodanda, which if you haven't learned how to do that, I have a tutorial on that. Make sure you check that out first. Get your Rhodanda down, then you can add in the toss. So basic Rhodanda, I'm gonna go over this real quickly. Left hand comes over the right hand, roll them up and over, turn, and do the same on the other side. So left over, right over, left over, right over. And as you're doing that, notice the bottom hand is coming up and around. That's gonna give that extra loop on the back end. So we get our Rhodanda, and from here, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swing out a little bigger one time and bring the right one underneath the left and then do my toss right there. So I get Rhodanda, bring it underneath, toss. All right, we'll do that one more time. So there is your Rhodanda toss. Number 3, my personal favorite. I've put this in every one of the forms I've ever done, the behind the back catch. So I start this with a wrist roll. If you haven't learned how to do those, got a tutorial on it, check it out. So we're gonna do our wrist roll and bring the chuck up on our wrist. Now from here, I'm gonna push it back the other way, and this is where I execute my toss. I push it over, and as it starts to move in that upward pattern up toward the ceiling, that's where I'm gonna let go. So right about there, so that you get that nice spin. So putting that all together, that would be the toss. Now I have to do the behind the back part. So all I'm gonna do here is after the toss, I'm gonna step in about 90 degrees, take my right hand, the same one that did the toss, and put it behind my back, and this is where I'm gonna make my catch. So I get my toss, turn, and catch. One more time. And as promised, my shout outs for this week. Thank you to Rob, Bob, Brian, Jorge, Emmett, and Charlene. Thank you for being people on my Patreon channel and for helping support the Supershea Tutorials project. If you're interested in helping out, the link is in the description. You can join up for as little as $3, and I thank you all for doing that in advance. Now, if you enjoy these things, make sure you check out these videos over here. They have all kinds of really cool stuff for you. And now next week we're going to be covering commas, and I got a couple of tricks for that. Make sure you're here. You don't want to miss it. Thank you all so much for being here. Hope you all have a phenomenal awesome day.